How's it going, everybody? Name's Bob here from Preston Gaming, and today we're going to be continuing our Warcraft journey through the Dustwallow Marsh. And this is the first Warcraft video I've made in about a year, just like I mentioned in my last video. Let's see. So I believe what I was doing before was I was doing a dungeon and then a questing video and a dungeon questing video, and I was looking at my last video just to see where I left off because it had been that long, and I believe that I had left off I did questing in the Dustwallow Marsh. So what we will do is we will queue up for a random. I don't believe I've done any of these dungeons. I could be wrong. Oh, I did. I think I did one of the Mauradon dungeons. So hopefully we don't get that one, but it's a smallish chance. So let's see here. Actually, even with this new PC, we're getting a little bit of lag running around here. I think what I might do to help it out is just to turn down the graphics just a tick. You won't notice it in here because this is like part of the vanilla, one of the vanilla areas anyway. So the graphics are going to be kind of bad in here anyway. Well, that didn't really seem to help much, so let's just turn it back. Put it on high. Didn't really seem to help much. So, anyway. So while we're waiting for this dungeon, let's go see what we have to do. Looks like, we have like a quest to get up here, and then a couple to turn in over in the Theramore where we were at last time. So, looks like I have a little ways to walk over there, so let me just, edit right on over there. Hey, look at that! It's like magic. We have arrived in Theramore. So let's continue on. Yeah, I mean, it's still a little bit laggy on this computer. I think this game, like, even though if you have a really good PC, it might lag just a little bit. Just because this game, even though it is quite old, it's still kind of CPU intensive just because the world's kind of big. But, you know, that's alright. We can deal with it. So anyway, I've kind of taken a break from World of Warcraft. This is like the first time I've really actually hopped into this game in probably about 6 months. It's kind of sad because Warlords of Draenor was kind of a disappointment. I think I started this Let's Play on when Warlords of Draenor had first been released. So I was like kind of working on my main character a lot, but the content in the expansion was just not good. It was very subpar. Like, I think the last patch that came out was last June, so it's been almost a year. And Legion's coming out April 30th, and I absolutely can't wait for it to come out. I think it's going to be quite good, but unfortunately, speaking of which, I think with this add-on configuration that I got going on here with the UI, I somehow have lost my experience bar, so I don't even know how much experience I have to the next level. Whenever we level up, though, you know, we'll see the level you've reached this level kind of notification, so we'll see that anyway. But yeah, unfortunately, though, if Legion does end up being subpar, which I don't think it will be, I think it's going to be quite a good expansion. From what I've watched about it. Hey, look at that, level 37. All right.
Be careful.
I don't know how far I was into the level anyway, but I mean, these levels go by really quick anyway. Yeah, Legion, I've watched. I kind of want to leave most of the expansion, like, just I haven't watched a whole lot on it just because I want to leave it so I can figure it out all on my own. I don't want to spoil too much of it because I like to figure out stuff for myself. But like, I think Legion's going to be a really good expansion, but unfortunately, if it does end up being a little bit subpar or not that good, it will be World of Warcraft's end. The game will end and people will stop playing it and that kind of thing, which will be unfortunate. But I think what Blizzard will do, either if World of Warcraft stops, or if the game comes down to a point where they really just don't have very many subscribers left, I think what will happen is the game will go free to play, so we don't have to pay $15 a month, and or they will bring back legacy servers. And this has been a huge topic of discussion lately because Blizzard just recently, and this is kind of old news. Oh look, we got our dungeon. This is kind of old news. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. Oh crap! Did we get Mauradon? I think I already did this raid. Foul Spore Cavern. No, I haven't done this one on record yet, so we'll see. Have not done this one yet, so that's kind of nice. I think this is the one with that plant boss at the end, so we'll see. But yeah, the what was I saying? Oh yeah, a few weeks ago, Blizzard shut down Nostalrius, which was one of the biggest World of Warcraft private servers, and it hosted a version of the game that was known as Vanilla before any of the expansions had been released. Are these guys like levitating? I think they are. What is this? I haven't seen this. Yeah, look at that, levitate. They're all levitating. That's kind of cool. Well, we're gonna just burst through this anyway. This dungeon's kind of whatever. It's kind of just whatever. It's kind of boring looking. Not too much really going on. Hey, look, my guy's not even talking. Huh. There's no dialogue going on here. Maybe, I don't know. Weird. Ooh. No, I already got heirlooms. Alright, so anyway, yeah, Blizzard recently just shut down Nostalrius, which was biggest private server, and that's brought about a lot of confrontation when it comes to a lot of YouTubers. Because they were like for instance, if you all know JonTron from the JonTron show where he reviews games and makes fun of them and kind of stuff, he actually made a video where he was very what are these people talking about? I have no clue. Yeah, basically he was just expressing his opinion on it, which he understands that Blizzard shut it down because of copyright and that kind of stuff. They were, they weren't making, the people that hosted Nostalrius, the private server, weren't making money. They just were doing it for the love of the game. And Blizzard didn't really care. They, because Nostalrius, it was very popular, and it brought popularity, to Blizzard's old game. But at the same time, it was probably taking away a lot of subscribers from the new game, from the current live game that I'm playing right now. And Blizzard had repeatedly said that they're not actually going to host private servers of their own, or legacy servers of their own for some of the old expansions, which I wish that they would, because it's just absolutely, like, I actually played on a private server, not Nostalrius. But I actually have played on vanilla private servers from the previous versions of the game. And I tell you what, right now, this is a vanilla dungeon right now. Came with the original part of the game. We would not be clearing this as easily as we are right now. Like this dungeon in particular was somewhat of a hard one. Most of these Fire Player dungeons back then were not to be laughed at. They were actually quite hard. The game was not as face roll as it is right now. But yeah, they shut down Nostalrius. A lot of people are kind of mad about it. They say that they're not going to make private servers just because they don't have the data anymore to make a server from a game version that old. But that's kind of bullcrap, because if people can do it. If people can do it, like just fans, bring it up and create the server, I'm sure that Blizzard can do it. So I hope that Blizzard does it at some point. It will happen either when the current version of the game dies, or just when people stop playing the live version. I believe it will probably happen, but it won't be anytime soon, because people are excited about Legion and that kind of stuff. So am I. I think it's going to be fun. I probably will play a Demon Hunter. I'll probably film some of it for YouTube. I don't know what is going to be of this Paladin leveling experience. I don't know if I'm going to stop it and just go to the Demon Hunter stuff. I don't know. I might continue it. You know, who knows? But I definitely probably am gonna roll a Demon Hunter and start playing some of that. Yeah, I don't know where more my experience bar went. That's kind of strange. But yeah, I would love to play on a vanilla server. I really enjoyed the one that I played on. It was quite fun, and yeah, I hope they bring it into the game. But yeah, like I was saying, the current game right now, besides like, you know, leveling and doing the stuff for YouTube, I haven't really touched WoW in a long time because, yeah, like I said, the last patch they brought out was in June, and they brought in one good raid. The raid that they brought out, Hellfire Citadel, was pretty good, but it just it was not enough content to satisfy people for playing for a year's worth of time. It just wasn't enough. And yeah, I just have kind of stopped playing the game. I kind of run out of stuff to do. I guess I could start playing a couple of my alternate characters, you know, for instance, what I'm doing right now. This is mainly my YouTube character, though. But even my guild have said that they're on intermission right now until Legion comes out. Let me see. Is that better than what I got? No, it's not. I already have heirlooms and stuff. Another thing I was going to mention, if for those of you who watch World of Warcraft or know a good amount about World of Warcraft, you probably know of a streamer named Soda Poppin', or he used to be called Chance Morris. That's like his real name. He just recently made a video that kind of blew my mind. He did level 1 to 100 in 5 hours, which is absolutely insane. Because if you think about it, back in vanilla, you know, in the days of 2004 when the game came out, it took people 2 to 3 months to level the 60, and now you can level 1 to 100 in 5 hours. And it just blew my mind because, yeah, they've nerfed leveling so much to the point where it's so easy now. You can just like kind of face roll your way through it like we're doing right now. It's just become a lot easier and not as hard. What he did to level 1 to 100 in 5 hours, he had a group together that did it all with him, a group of 4 others, and pretty much they did what we're doing right now, which is 5-player dungeons all the way through, because that's really the fastest way to level. Questing is no longer like the fastest way to level, at least for these lower levels. The Dungeon Finder definitely is a lot more efficient in leveling. So he had a group of 4 players, so they just pretty much did Dungeon Finder the entire way up, and he had a couple of experience potions that he bought. You have to get those like on a high level character that you already have max level. He got a couple of those. I think it's like 300% experience boost for like 3 hours or something like that. And he also had a recruit friend bonus, which you get by obviously recruiting a friend through the recruit a friend system. And I think you get like triple experience up to like level 60. So he had all those boosts and all maxed out heirloom gear like we have now. And yeah, level 1 to 100 in 5 hours. And that is just super crazy if you think about it. That just tells you how easy the game is nowadays. I mean, we were level 36. We are now level 38. And pretty much, I think we're just about done with Dustwallow Marsh at this point. Like, you don't even have to... You just have to do like a few quests in each zone, and you're out-leveled the zones already, which is kind of crazy. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we're done with this dungeon. Let's get our loot, and let's get out of here. I think it's only been like a few minutes, so I'll go do a couple quests and end the video. But yeah, level 1 to 105 hours. That's just crazy, man. Like, the reason why I'm doing YouTube is to try to get that experience, like, because pretty much you can level 1 to 100 and just completely bypass the entire game, but you miss a lot of the good stuff that they reworked in Cataclysm, because this is all these zones have been reworked in Cataclysm, and they all have brand new content. Well, not brand new, but you know, you leveling the way that he did 1 to 105 hours, that's just, you bypass a lot of the stuff that the game has to offer. and you miss a lot of good stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this YouTube journey, to kind of recap some of the stuff that they've made in the past, just to get that experience back in. I've actually been halfway just doing some of the actually what Blizzard talked about when they mentioned the legacy servers is they've been talking about this idea of pristine servers, and what that is you have no experience boosts on those servers, so that all that experience boost that he did, they're all gone. No cross-realm zones, because right now, like, you know, World of Warcraft has servers. I'm on Korgath right now, and they what in the pristine servers, like, or at least right now in the cross-realm zones, like, I'm on a specific server, but I'm seeing other people from all sorts of servers. Like that dungeon I just did is from players from all different servers are playing with me right now. Like, I could see them. Back in the day, your server, you could only play and see with people from your server, and since it was just a tight-knit community in each server, you knew all the people on your server, which was kind of cool. And that's the way it kind of worked with the vanilla server that I played on. Like, if you were really good on your server, like, people knew who you were, and they congratulated you and all that kind of good stuff. And that's kind of cool. And what these pristine servers that Blizzard has been talking about is they turn off all experience boosts, turn off all cross-realm zones, turn off the dungeon finder like we have now, because before dungeon finder you actually had to get a 5-person group together through the chat, and kind of make it kind of like old school WoW, but not very many people want that. What they want is to play an old version of the game, because if you play a pristine server right now, you get some aspects of what vanilla was like, but you're not playing vanilla. Like, the classes were so much different back then, and the game was just so much harder. I mean, you go up and fight a mob today, you'll two-shot them. Back in vanilla, it took you 15 seconds just to kill one mob. Like, the game was a lot harder. Oh, there's my dog in the background. You could probably hear her itching herself. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here as I go turn in some of these quests. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope in the future to learn how to set up a face cam. I don't know if I can actually do it with this laptop. I don't know how to set up a face cam really, but I'm sure I can learn how. It would be kind of cool to set up one, because pretty much all YouTubers, that's like a baseline thing people have now, is they all have face cams, all the big guys, and it would be cool just to get one. Yep, I'm just gonna end the video off here at this little shack. This has been name's Bob from Preston Gaming, and always don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.